This is example 1 for the revolves, shells, and chamfers lesson. I've begun example 1 by creating a folder for the lesson 7 revolves, chamfers, and shells in my working directory and saving my new blank inch part file within that folder as exercise 1. Now to begin, we're going to select the front plane and select sketch. Then we'll start by selecting the centerline tool, and I'm just going to draw a small centerline in the downwards direction. Next, I'll activate the line command. I'm going to draw one line over horizontally, vertical line up, and another horizontal line. Now I can make use of my 3-point arc, a new tool that we're going to use in this lesson. I'm going to go from the end point of that top line down to the end point of the bottom line. We can see we've got an arc appearing as a dotted line. Now we simply click and hold on the outer point of the arc, and we can define the rough radius as well as the direction that the arc goes in. We want the arc to go inwards, so we're going to drop our arc there. Then we can go ahead and dimension this profile. Again, similar to with mirrors, let's dimension the diameters of this part over that center line. So we want 3.5 inches. At the base, we want 2.5 inches, like an overall height of 6 inches, and a radius of this arc of 20 inches. So with that, we've concluded our sketch, and now we just have to go ahead and use the features. And in this case, we're going to use a revolved feature as opposed to the extruded feature. And what this does is generate a round part based on a profile. Now you'll see that our profile was just half of that shape. There's a few options we can look at here. We can go for a mid-plane revolve again, and let's say, for example, we didn't want it to revolve the full 360 degrees. We would have that option. As well, we could go just one direction with that same option. However, again, in our case, we'd like to go the full 360 degrees. So we'll select that. Now you'll also note that SOLIDWORKS automatically selected the center line as the line to revolve around. However, we could select that line and highlight a different line to be the line to revolve around. But we did want that center line, so that's why I drew that center line. One, because SOLIDWORKS would automatically select that as the line to revolve around, and two, because it gave us a center line to define diameters instead of radiuses for the tops and bottoms of our cup. With that complete, we can select OK. And then the next step is going to be to use a shell feature, again a new feature. The shell feature doesn't require a sketch, so we can select that shell feature, and we simply select the face that we want to remove. We want to remove that top face, and then the wall thickness. So we'd like a wall thickness of 1/8 of an inch. What this is going to do is remove, and turn my preview on. This is going to hollow that part out, leaving a wall thickness of 1/8 of an inch. Now on the bottom of our cup, we want to be able to put a little recess in afterwards. So I'm going to select the multi-thickness and select the bottom of our cup. And we're going to apply a wall thickness of 5/8 of an inch on the bottom. So you can see we've offset up the shell from the bottom by 5/8 by applying a multi-thickness setting. So let's accept that. You can now see we've hollowed out our cup, and the bottom of our cup, if I select that face, we can see that the bottom of our cup is quite a bit larger than the top of our cup. Now let's just go ahead and put our recess in the bottom, so I'll select that bottom face, select sketch, and then offset. I'm going to offset in 1/4 of an inch. I'll reverse that so it's going inwards, and I'll accept that. And now I can go ahead and use a feature and a cut And in this case, I'm going to cut offset from surface, and we're going to use 1/8 of an inch. So we're cutting until 1/8 of an inch before the bottom face of that cup. So we're going to keep that 1/8 shell on the bottom face. Let's just apply some draft. Apply a 15-degree draft to the bottom of our cup shape, and we'll select OK. Now we've added that nice little recess in the bottom. The way the stores make you think you've got more beverage than you've actually got. Anyway, our last feature we want to use is the chamfer feature, and this is found underneath the fillet feature. We can go ahead and select chamfer. It's very similar to this fillet feature. However, it's going to leave a sharp edge as opposed to a radiused edge. Our first fillet is going to be 1/32 of an inch. Let's select these top edges. And if I zoom in, we can see the preview. It's a flat edge as opposed to a radiused edge. Select OK. We've now applied our chamfer to the top and to the bottom, and we'll just apply one more chamfer in the bottom edge down in there. So again, I'll select chamfer, and this chamfer is going to be 1/8 of an inch, and I can select OK. So that concludes this first demonstration, making use of the revolve feature, the shell feature, and the chamfer feature, as well as the 3-point arc. I hope this example was a help.